It's busy in the AWS Cloud. Together, let's keep up with the latest and greatest from AWS. Let's get into it. Amazon QuickSight now supports export and import of asset permissions and tags. Amazon QuickSight now supports programmatic export and import of assets permissions and tags as an update to previously launched export and import APIs. This enables you to backup and restore, continuously replicate and migrate QuickSight assets along with their permissions and tags. Previously, with the earlier version of these APIs, you had to populate permissions and tags separately. Amazon EC2 Mac instances now support Apple macOS Sonoma. Starting today, customers can run Apple macOS Sonoma as Amazon machine images on Amazon EC2 Mac instances. macOS Sonoma is the latest major macOS version from Apple, and introduces multiple new features and performance improvements over prior macOS versions, including support for running Xcode version 15.0 and later, which includes the latest SDKs for iOS, iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, and visionOS. Amazon QuickSight now supports runtime filtering for embedded dashboards and visuals. Amazon QuickSight now supports filtering of embedded dashboards and visuals at runtime that can help you seamlessly integrate your SaaS application with Amazon QuickSight embedded dashboards and visuals. You can use new methods in the embedded SDK to create customized filter controls in your application, apply filter presets based on data from your application, and personalize filter configurations for users. Amazon QuickSight now supports runtime theming for embedded dashboards and visuals. Amazon QuickSight now supports theming of embedded dashboards and visuals at runtime that can help you seamlessly integrate your SaaS application with Amazon QuickSight embedded dashboards and visuals. You can use the embedded SDK to synchronize the theme of your embedded content with your application, and unlock personalized and accessible options for your users. Amazon QuickSight now supports asset events using Amazon Event Bridge. Amazon QuickSight now supports event-driven scaling and automation of your business intelligence infrastructure by sending assets events to Amazon Event Bridge. By subscribing to QuickSight events in Event Bridge, you can automate your workflows such as continuous deployment and backups. With Event Bridge, developers can respond automatically to events in QuickSight such as a new dashboard creation or update. These events are delivered to Event Bridge in near real time. Developers can write simple rules to indicate which events are of interest to them, and what actions to take when an event matches a rule. Amazon Verified Permissions now supports batch authorization. Amazon Verified Permissions now supports batch authorization, allowing you to process up to 30 authorization decisions for a single principal or resource in a single API call. Batch authorization allows you to filter for authorized actions that a given principal can take on a resource. It also enables developers to simplify building applications where a single user action requires multiple actions to be authorized. Verified Permissions optimizes authorizing multiple requests when the principal or resource is fixed. AWS Outposts Rack supports Service Link Interface throughput metrics. You can now monitor network throughput between your Outpost Rack Service Link virtual interfaces and your local network devices using Amazon CloudWatch if traffic in and if traffic out metrics for Outposts. Outpost Rack Service Link VIFs establish IP connectivity and BGP sessions between your Outpost and your local network devices for Service Link connectivity. AWS Systems Manager Incident Manager now identifies probable root causes of incidents. Starting today, customers can identify probable root causes of incidents in Incident Manager, a capability of AWS Systems Manager. When an alarm or event triggers an incident, Incident Manager now identifies recent AWS CloudFormation and AWS co-deploy deployments that included the affected resource and likely caused the incident. Incident responders will see deployment details and a direct link to the deployment, accelerating root cause diagnosis and reducing mean time to resolution. Amazon Redshift Serverless is now generally available in the AWS China, Beijing region. Amazon Redshift Serverless, which allows you to run and scale analytics without having to provision and manage data warehouse clusters, is now generally available in the AWS China region. With Amazon Redshift Serverless, all users, including data analysts, developers, and data scientists, can now use Amazon Redshift to get insights from data in seconds. Amazon Redshift Serverless automatically provisions and intelligently scales data warehouse capacity to deliver high performance for all your analytics. You only pay for the compute used for the duration of the workloads on a per-second basis. You can benefit from this simplicity without making any changes to your existing analytics and business intelligence applications. Amazon Athena adds CloudWatch metrics for provision capacity. Amazon Athena has released new Amazon CloudWatch metrics that provide insight on the compute resources your queries use. Starting today, you can use CloudWatch to analyze, chart, and monitor the utilization of provision capacity resources, which helps you make informed adjustments to capacity and optimize cost. You can also inspect query-level metrics, which now include the compute used, measured in data processing units, to understand how much capacity is used by each query that you run. EC2 Security Group Connection Tracking adds support for configurable idle timeouts. Today, AWS announced a new EC2 capability to configure idle timeouts for instance connection tracking. This will allow customers to manage their instances' connection tracking resources and providing them the ability to configure optimal timeouts to manage connection scale. EC2 utilizes connection tracking to implement security groups and to enforce rules. With this new feature, idle timeouts for connections in the TCP established, UDP stream and UDP unidirectional sessions on EC2 instances are now configurable on a per elastic network interface basis and can be edited from their default timeout settings. Prior to today, all idle connections in TCP and UDP states were tracked for a predefined default period or until they were closed. Announcing AWS IAM Identity Center APIs for visibility into workforce access to AWS. Announcing list assignment APIs for AWS IAM Identity Center, enabling you to view who has access to what AWS accounts and applications. With these APIs, you can list all AWS accounts and applications that a specific user or group can access. You can use the API response in workflows to generate periodic reports and audit your employee access to AWS, saving time and effort you previously spent on manual audits. You can programmatically inspect and verify an employee's AWS access with these APIs, and use this information to recertify or revoke their access. Amazon OpenSearch Service now supports OpenSearch version 2.11. You can now run OpenSearch version 2.11 in Amazon OpenSearch Service. With OpenSearch 2.11, we have made several improvements to search, observability, security analytics, and OpenSearch dashboards. This version includes features that were launched as part of open source OpenSearch versions 2.10 and 2.11. This launch includes the introduction of hybrid search queries, which uses normalization processors to improve search relevance by combining relevant scores of lexical queries with natural language-based KNN vector search queries. It also includes multimodal search, which allows users to search image and text pairs like product catalog items, and the introduction of neural sparse retrieval in addition to existing dense retrieval for semantic search applications. Search practitioners can test out these new search methods with the new search comparison tool, which lets you compare the results of two different search queries side by side in OpenSearch dashboards. AWS Glue announces entity-level actions to manage sensitive data. AWS Glue announces a new capability that allows users to configure the detection sensitivity and actions such as partial or full redaction and encryption at an entity level to improve security posture along with improved data interpretability. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more and hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.